Welcome to the No More Bohica podcast. I'm your host, Gary Crosby Klobitsky Jr., aka Biddy, and I'm sitting here with Ramsey, the angry Muslim of bed, and they call me Bruce Drager. And joining us by phone today is the Poobah, Pete Capoletti, who's fishing for answers in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Poobah, how you doing today?
What's up, party people?
Well, we're going to try to stay positive here to start. I mean, we're surrounded by negative news here right now with the war and the Trump and it's going to be over in 2-3 weeks. Every other week, it's going to be over in 2-3 weeks. Whatever. I don't quite understand it, but we'll talk about that a little bit. Here's some positive news. Number one, we had a podcast number 7, a couple months ago, where we talked about free energy and how it was discovered 120 years ago, and many different inventions and stuff, and the ways our government has impeded this information from benefiting the public. Well, about a week after we did that podcast, some news came out, and I forgot to mention the last one, that General Motors is developing a new zero-point energy vehicle. So that is some real positive news and a step in the right direction. I hope they're successful, and I hope it leads to bigger and better things, because once energy costs go down, the whole world will benefit, and we can, maybe save the planet. All right, so how's everybody doing on Easter this weekend? I'm pretty excited. I had a great Easter weekend. I didn't do very good with Lent myself. I couldn't stop swearing. I tried really hard. I'm gonna try again next year. How about you guys?
Easter was pretty uneventful this year, but it was nice. We did Eggs Benedict because
Sweet.
that's the
How about you,
tradition.
Easter egg hunt. It
Oh.
was a wonderful Easter. Praise be to Allah.
Okay. How about you, Poobah? Did you have a good Easter?
He has risen.
Right. He is risen. I mean, it's always a happy day when you go to Easter Sunday service. Lots of good music, lots of
Red Rocks was
Lots
packed.
of
Everybody
joy.
goes to Red Rocks for
Lots of
Easter
joy.
sunrise, and I want to do that someday. But you got to get up at 3:30, 4.
wow. Sunrise at Red Rocks.
Looked amazing.
Well, this year, yeah, you'd have had to have your park on probably, huh? Up there. It was like in the 40s this weekend. So,
We got 2-3 feet of snow in northern Minnesota this past Easter weekend.
Wow.
wow.
How about ice?
Inside the Easter eggs.
Is it ice out on Forest Lake, or is there still have ice?
Yeah, down here in the cities, it's ice out, but you go 2 hours up north or further, everything's iced up and 3 feet of snow.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
It's summer
I
here.
wish it would have happened here in Colorado. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been
And you got skiing.
a disaster winter here. Very little snow. That means we're going to get totally pounded in April and May now that Keystone's closed and can't go skiing there anymore. But let's stay positive. So yeah, we're talking about Easter, and I feel blessed. I mean, I love Jesus, and I'm thankful for everyone that loves Jesus. So, all right. So let's move on to the next topic. We have talked about how Poobah and I are going to run for president in 2028. So what we'd like to do is set some expectations and some ground rules. First of all, we have decided to form the No More Bohica Anti-Corruption Party, and you're sitting here looking at the founding members of the No More Bohica Anti-Corruption Party. Now, to become a member of our party, you have to meet 3 criteria, or better said, not meet 3 criteria. These are the 3 things that you cannot be if you want to join the No More Bohica Anti-Corruption Party. Number 1, you cannot be a pedophile. That's number 1. Everyone's agreed on that? Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got to check the box, got 1.
That's 1. Number 2, you cannot be a cannibalistic devil worshiper. If you are, you're not welcome. Everyone's cool with that, right?
Add a 2 for 2.
Okay.
That's 2 for 2.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2 so far, Gary.
Sweet. Number 3, you cannot be a Zionist. Now, I know that sometimes those 3 are sometimes synonymous, but anyways, you can't be any one of those 3. Is everyone cool with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Gary, I knocked it out of the park. 3 for 3.
3 for 3. Right. No Zionists, no Talmud, no pedophiles, no cannibalism, devil worshiping, none of that. You can
No
all
shapeshifters.
you can all read between the lines and go sit and spin. You MFers. I'm trying not to swear even though it's not lit.
Well, we need our examples of the people that wouldn't fit the criteria and that they would be getting arrested
Well,
and put in jail.
So I would say that 99.99% of human beings should hopefully fit our criteria for joining the party. But then again, I'm not sure exactly how many people worldwide are Zionists. Maybe it's more than 0.01%. I don't know. But if you're evil, we don't want you. So other than that, should we move on to our political agenda? Now, when we say political agenda, our platform, things that we will run on, and this platform will expand over time as we learn about what's most important to you. But here's what's important to us. Okay, we're going to start with that. So if Pete and I are elected, number one, there's going to be no more wars, period. We're done with war. We'll figure out a path to peace. We'll put an end to it one way or another. We can defend ourselves if attacked, but we need to focus on home base. We need to bring people together, not drive them apart. So.
You know, I heard a presidential candidate talk about that a year
Sounds,
or 2
yeah,
ago.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Something that's, I remember hearing a lot about it.
He said no new war. The war with Iran's been going on for 47 years.
Oh, okay.
He said no new war.
No new war.
Oh, okay.
So we were at war with Venezuela for like 50 years too.
Yeah.
Something like
But
that.
we're still going to have a kick-ass, strong military.
Right.
You're gonna bring peace through strength.
All right. So we don't want to go down that rabbit hole just yet, but let's just say that if we're elected, we are peaceful people, not looking for war, okay, or to dominate anybody. All right. So the next thing on our political platform is we want to eliminate lobbyists and legalize corruption. Enough is enough. No more APAC. No more. I mean, maybe there's one good lobby in there that'll get chewed up, for the environment.
You got to get rid of every one of them.
Yeah, you got to get rid of them all. I mean, even the
There's no
environmental
such
ones.
thing as a good lobbyist.
That's true. They're all corrupt. They're all paying money under the table to our politicians.
Isn't the job of the Congress to be a lobbyist? Like there's 400 and some Congress people.
Well, the Congress is supposed to represent the people, not
So
the
the-
corporations.
so they're-
Constituents.
So shouldn't they be the lobby then by listening to their constituents and then lobbying for the laws?
See, I would
Why
like
does
to
that
see a
third
political
party-
system where there's not a single dime is spent on campaigns, where the candidates can simply post counterpoints and counterpoints online on a government website for free, okay? And anybody that's interested can get on there and read what they have to say. And the news pundits, they can talk about what people are actually putting on paper and writing, and it won't cost a dime, okay? Of course, the Zionist media wouldn't get supported with all those advertising dollars now, would they?
That's a problem.
It's a novel concept. But anyways, that's just in addition to eliminating lobbyists and corruption. I mean, why do we need to spend tens of billions of dollars on campaigns and negative ads to teach our kids how to throw mud at each other? Why? What purpose does it serve?
This is happening in mayoral races. You could have a mayor running in a small town, but there's something so valuable about that they will spend millions of dollars to win a mayoral race.
So I vow
not-
that the No More Bohica Anti-Corruption Party will not spend a dime on our campaign. We will not spend a single red penny to promote.
We promise.
That is a campaign promise. You can take that to the bank. We will spend zero cash. We are running a strictly word of mouth campaign, and if you're fed up with the American government like we are, then hopefully you'll become a member of the No More Bohica Anti-Corruption Party and vote for Biddy and Poobah in 2028. So the next thing that I think we should introduce is a flat tax. Okay, we have such a messed up tax system. The uber rich people pay like a net rate of about 8%, and America's middle class pays 50%. So that is an equation that's doomed to fail. Okay, you don't even have to be good at math to understand where this is going. Okay, now if we had a flat tax where everybody paid the same rate, we wouldn't have all this angst between the haves and the have-nots. Maybe it would bring people closer together. And second of all, think of it, if the uber rich, less than 1% of the population that make over 50% of the income, go from paying 8% to say 16%, that'd be like double the tax revenue, like 3/4 of it, right? And then if the other people all paid 16%, we'd probably be making 1.5 times the tax revenue just with that such a low rate. And then, you know, if we amped it up to 23%, then holy cow, we'd solve a lot of these financial problems our country's having and keep it fair for everybody, instead of living in a world where you're a have or a have-not, and it's just, you know, getting further and further apart.
Yeah, Gary, we love the flat tax idea. Absolutely love it. Now, of course, some people are going to say, oh, you can't do a flat tax because it's, you can't, the flat tax, well, don't listen to any of those people because they're all full of shit.
Yeah. And
I can swear, Gary. I didn't promise not to swear.
Oh, that's okay. You can swear. Look, we already know that these uber rich people are going to pay propaganda artists to talk against anything that makes sense. Okay, like eliminating lobbyists, like a flat tax, things that make sense that would benefit the American people. You know, the whole climate change, and there's proof that these energy companies, as far back as the 70s, have been lying to us and deliberately creating false propaganda that there's no global warming and that there's no problems, when there clearly is an issue with our fossil fuel consumption and what we're doing to the planet. And it does, you know.
Can you imagine if the world didn't need oil? We wouldn't have all these wars about oil? Can you imagine? Gas prices, who cares?
If we didn't need oil to generate energy,
we would not have gone to Venezuela.
we wouldn't be held hostage by the OPECs, the Bushes, the Trumps of the world.
Why does our gas price go up when this is happening on the other side of the world? We produce all the oil we want.
Right.
Why does our gas price go up?
We're supposed to have
Because
all the oil we need.
you have the champagne of oil. American oil is
so because the rest of the world suffers, they're going to double our price
no,
too.
you've been using Arab oil. It's cheap oil.
See what it is. What it is. We live in a world economy. We live in a world economy, and when we go to war and the oil prices double,
they're making money.
That less than 1% uber rich part of the population is printing money.
Yeah,
they're instead of making a fistful of dollars, they're making two fistful of dollars. They're doubling their profit.
So that goes back to your free energy.
You know,
that's why
there's no
free energy.
Well, right.
That's why.
Well,
eventually, oil's going to run out eventually, don't you think?
Well, here's the concept, and I heard it from a Swedish guy. They call it shittification. America's into shittification. Anything that's free, we find a way to charge money for it. That's just what we do.
Right.
It's called shittification. There's no such thing as, solar panels. We discovered, let's give free energy to the... No. Shittification. How do we charge them for it? And you know, the funny part is that they use taxpayer money for all this research, and then once they get the technology, they sell it to us.
Yeah, they use the tax money to figure out how to screw us over. That's been going on for forever.
Okay.
And wait a second, Gary, do we believe in global warming?
Well, here's the thing. I believe. I know you don't, but I do.
We can hash
Let
that
me
out
let me
later.
rephrase that. Biddy believes in global warming.
Climate change. Let's call it climate change.
Whatever.
Climate
All I
change.
know is when I was a kid, I lived on a cul-de-sac and we had 12 to 15 foot high drifts. Then when I was in high school, the drifts dropped to about 4 to 6 feet. Okay, 10 years later, and now there's nothing there. And you know, when I first came to Keystone in 1992, there was more snow than you could imagine. And even 25 years ago, it was still really nice. About 20 years ago, things started to deteriorate. And every 5 years, it just gets worse, and you can just see it. It's worse and worse and worse. And
So the question is it man-made or is it just
this
a
summer's
cycle?
one of the.
Like, we know there was an ice age.
Well, if it's a cycle, I mean, it's a 40-year cycle where we went from tons of snow to no snow.
Right.
I just don't buy it. Okay.
That's
That's
accelerated.
not how nature works. I mean, something's been accelerated, and the mountains aren't getting the snow, so we can ski. And that's been going on for 25 years. Okay, I've been skiing since I was 4. I'm 59. I'll be 60 in July. That means I've been skiing for 55 years right now. Which means I got a lot of experience with snow, and I'm here to tell you that there's a big difference between today and 55 years ago. And there's a market difference every decade. I can even go every 5 years, but every decade's got.
So you want to talk about the greenhouse gas effect, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I
we
mean,
wanna mention.
all I'm saying is I think it's an issue, and if we had free energy, it would solve.
Right. And
90
someday we won't.
It would solve the
someday-
entire problem because the technology has already been developed to heal our planet. Okay, to heal our ozone, to heal our oceans. There's the guy that invented the device that could sweep all the plastic out of the oceans. I don't quite understand how it works. And it costs like a few $1 million to run it.
Did they kill him?
No, he's still alive, but nobody wants to fund his device because they can't make money off it. All it's going to do is make the world cleaner and a better place.
Well, we'll know that we're onto something if they start trying to kill us or threaten us.
Yeah, if we get elected, that guy's getting a government grant, and I'm gonna let him clean up the oceans. We'll just quit going to war so we can clean up the ocean. Clean up the ocean would cost like $10 million, and war costs 1.5 trillion now per year. So you know, whatever.
So here, one quick little point here. So on the weather and climate and whatnot. So
Sure.
we can discuss all that man-made, whatever, ozone later. But here's something I saw online and I tested myself this winter. This winter in Minnesota, you could make a snowball. You could bring it inside or stand outside with it. Take a lighter, try to light it from underneath and melt the snowball, and it would not melt. It would just turn black. And I said, no way. And I made me and my son made a snowball, took a lighter, struck it up, held the snowball into the lighter, and it smoked and turned black. And I went, no way, it's the butane. There's no way. I went and found a book of matches, old school matches. Made another snowball. We struck the match, held the match underneath the snowball, and the snowball started smoking and turned black.
Wow, how much chemicals are in the Minnesota snow?
So
Man?
and the people that I saw that brought this to light were saying it's the chemtrails.
We see them all over Colorado.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
But I tried it myself. The snowball wouldn't melt and turn black.
The like acid rain.
Well, no, the government's poisoning the skies trying to kill us.
Aluminum and barium.
I think it's just the high heat capacity of water.
Well, when
You're
you're
not gonna melt ice like
when you're burning fossil fuels too, you're throwing a lot of stuff in the atmosphere that never used to be there. You know, I mean, maybe the dinosaurs lived for 250 million years because they never fucked with the planet. Oops.
You couldn't make it through the whole
I
episode.
know. I'm trying.
That's interesting, Reed, though. I've heard of people testing water, testing snow, testing, you know, but
So something I've heard about for, I don't know, 5-10 years now, it's gaining more and more traction, is the minuscule plastic that's in our drinking water. Okay, and it's getting into our bodies and it's causing all kinds of diseases that you know it's reducing our length of our lifespan. Yeah, there's plastic in they don't know how to get it out of the drinking water, which means that
Of course they do.
They said somebody in Korea discovered something with kimchi. Something in kimchi in the cabbage. It's like sucking the plastic out of human bodies.
oh really?
Yeah, it's attracting the plastic. I don't know what it is.
Kimchi?
Yeah, you should look it up.
That sounds so gross.
They put the kimchi in something with microplastics, and I guess the microplastics attached to it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty.
gotta learn how to eat kimchi.
kimchi's also good for getting rid of parasites.
Oh, I know it's good for weight loss and good for your
Good for a
gut
lot of
health. It's good for.
Just gotta hold your
It
nose.
sucks the plastic out of your body too.
How about we make plastic that isn't made from oil? That would be good. They can make plastic from other sources, no?
You know,
Why don't we replace the plastic for something?
I'm guessing that these minuscule plastic things come from, you know, these plastic bags.
Anything,
Bags,
everything.
bottles,
Stuff.
water
Anything,
bottles,
everything.
Well, not necessarily the hard plastics, but the soft
food,
plastics.
but that's all made
It's
from
all of it. It's plastic dust.
all plastic's made from
It's
petroleum.
like sawdust. It's plastic dust.
And it's toxic, and we'll continue to hear more and more about that.
It's not. It's not about toxic. It's about the. It's inert.
The microparticles.
It's not toxic. It's inert. It means it doesn't react. Once plastic is formed, it doesn't break down to anything else.
Right. So
It
if it's
doesn't
in your blood,
biodegrade. That's it.
if it's in your blood, won't it just stay in?
It's like diamond. Once it's formed into plastic, it's plastic. It doesn't break into molecules again.
But
So
it
it's-
is causing health issues.
Yeah,
Changes
it's
in
a
hormones,
polyamide.
Yeah.
Changes in thyroid, changes in
Yeah.
pituitary gland. It's
Yeah, you can't
causing-
break it down.
Because you can't break it down.
Yeah, you can't break it down. It's inert.
So get rid of plastic. You got that on your list?
No. I don't know. We're gonna have to. You know, it's like autism. You know, if we devoted the resources the government did to actually combating the problem, maybe we could make a difference. And it's not just Tylenol. I mean, we all know that there is a connection to the vaccines, but it's more to the preservatives that the vaccines are stored in,
Right.
not the vaccine itself necessarily.
Oh, talking about vaccines, there's a Bill Gates Epstein COVID connection.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God.
Well, before we get into the negatives, because we're almost out of time, there was one other thing. Now, Puba and I don't necessarily agree on this one, which is why I'll be president. I'm teasing. But in any case, I think that we should legalize natural drugs like marijuana and mushrooms, things that aren't harmful. I know a lot of people, including myself, who have microdosed mushrooms, and it eliminates your back pain. I have 10 swollen discs in my back and neck. Sometimes I wake up in agony, and if I have those at my disposal and I can take just a little bit, microdose it, all the pain goes away. I can function normally as long as this stuff's in my system. It's crazy, and it's natural, and it's right there. I mean, all these people that, I know people that have metal rods stuck in their back, and their back problems aren't that much different than mine, okay? And they're addicted to opioids and just nasty stuff, and they're miserable. And they didn't have to be that way. This stuff's always been around. It's there. God put it there, right? So why not legalize it and tax the living S out of it, right? At the federal level. And think about it. All that revenue that's currently going to the Mexican cartels and stuff could be legally collected by our government and used to pay down our deficit. I mean, the amount of money that we could generate if we took that step is astronomical. Because the American public, I think that would be reason enough to elect us for about 55% of American people. That's my
If you're gonna tax it, you'd have to deregulate it though. You can't regulate and tax. 'Cause
Well, here's the
that-
thing.
that's
I
not
mean,
working.
they never should have regulated. I'll give you a brief history lesson. Okay, and I think we talked about this like in the. Well, no, it doesn't matter. So you guys remember the days of Prohibition?
No.
Okay. No, of course you don't, because you
Heard
weren't
about
alive. Heard about it, right? You've heard about Prohibition in the 20s, where we outlawed alcohol because, alcohol is a poison and it was causing, domestic murders and all kinds of problems and all the same stuff it causes today. The only difference is we didn't have DUIs and people killing each other with cars. They used guns back then and shit.
Did we have an Ayatollah too back then?
I have no idea because I wasn't alive. But so history lesson goes like this. That didn't work out because the Americans loved to party, and eventually the Americans rebelled and Prohibition got taken down. But during Prohibition, we created what is now the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. Back then, I forget what the name was, but it doesn't matter. What the agency that was created had 200 agents, and when Prohibition was repealed, and those agents all would have lost their jobs, okay? And so the head of that agency decided that he could demonize marijuana and create a new agency to go after something different, right? And so prior to that, marijuana was perfectly legal in the United States. I mean, our founding fathers, 33 out of 50 or whatever it was, were all pot smokers. Everybody knows it. It's science.
Yep.
It's a historically proven fact.
You had little tax stamps you had to pay.
I mean, George Washington grew bud in his garden. It's a fact. That's fact. Okay, so it was clearly acceptable when our country was formed, and it only became unacceptable because some smartass decided that the jobs of 200 people were more important than the welfare of the American people. And so since the 1920s, when they demonized marijuana and created the DEA, our society has missed out on a lot of healing benefits, okay? I know a lot of people with PTSD, myself included, where I can tell you that I'm not gonna take psych drugs. I'm already on pharmaceutical overload. Why on earth would I wanna pour more gas on the fire? Seriously. But if I get triggered with my PTSD, I can smoke a joint, calm down, and go about my business and my life. And to me, that is drug-free. Okay? It all depends on how you define it, right? And these natural things are beneficial, but the real benefit to the American public is we could tax the heck out of it and pay off our debt. The amount of tax revenue generated from that would be astronomical because, like I said, 55% of Americans are thumbs up on the idea. Now, like I said, Pooh and I are in total agreement, but because there's a lot of stuff that would have to be straightened out with that. We'd have to redefine, what serious crimes are and what's not a crime when it comes to these things. There's a lot of steps that have to be taken, but think about what the solution could do for our country. Anyways, that's one of my proposals. A lot to unearth there.
You might be both in agreement that the pharmaceutical industry is out of control as well.
Oh, yeah.
From a lobbying standpoint, we pay for the government pays for the research for these drugs that then are owned by a pharmaceutical company. So there's an angle there that should be explored.
One way to eliminate.
Oh, yeah. First they create the illness, and they've got the vaccine or the solution in their back pocket to sell.
That the government paid for.
And that they
grants.
force you to take, depending on what
Yes.
industry you're working in. Like if you work in the medical industry, they forced you to take those shots. So
Those shots of water.
and I think along with eliminating lobbyists, we would want to enforce the Sherman antitrust laws. If we do that, we could break up some of these conglomerates and big companies that are poisoning our politicians and have taken control of our country. Okay, our country is not run by the American people. It never has been. The last American president that might have been doing the will of the people
George
was
Washington.
JFK. And no, seriously, he got shot. I mean, I've heard a lot of, we've all been doing a lot of research into the past and seeing things under a different lens based on a lot of the things that have come to light just in the last decade. You have to wonder if Nixon wasn't taken down by the Zionists for pushing back. Because I heard he was going to be pushing back on Israel a little too, and then boom, Watergate.
I've heard the arguments.
He just wanted them to disclose their nuclear weapons and be part of the
Right,
team.
right. Everything's hush hush with Israel.
They do not want to let us know what they do.
And it's funny because when people talk out against Israel, I think what they're really doing is speaking out against the Zionists. Because not every Israeli's a Zionist, probably. Ramsey's an Arab Israeli. He's not a Zionist. I can assure you that. Because if he was, he wouldn't be part of our political party. I mean, he would have automatically been disqualified. So we know that Ramsey's not a Zionist. But that said, can anybody think of anything else that we should bring up for our political platform right now? Or should we save some of the more juicy things for later? Later, okay. So let's bitch about the war now. We got we're running over our time, so we got 2 minutes to complain. Trump requests 1.5 billion for a new military budget. Trillion. Did I say billion?
Yeah.
Trillion. 1.5
Billions or nothing.
1.5 trillion.
So
For
you
the
you guys
2026
start out with
military budget.
1.5 trillion in your budget. 'Cause
So-
if you don't have a war, you got 1.5 trillion, right?
So all I can say
So
is
much
this.
for 2 to 3 weeks, eh?
All I can say is this. You bring a plumber to fix your toilet and your shit doesn't flush. Do you spend more money on that same plumber to fix his mistake? Or are you willing to spend more money but different plumber
That's
to
a
try to flush this shit down?
brilliant analogy. Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably need to impeach Trump and get a different
Yeah,
plumber.
the different
That's right.
leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen,
If this was your football team, that coach would be gone.
I'm so sick of Trump acting like a spoiled brat every time.
I agree we need more
ask
money
him a
spent.
question he doesn't want to answer. You know, like
He has no answer.
for the first time in a month, I saw a reporter say, "Hey, what about Epstein?" And Trump
Oh.
just undressed her,
Yeah.
acted like a spoiled brat. I mean,
You're bringing that up again.
yeah, I mean, like she didn't have a right to ask that question.
Boring.
You know, as if it's ever been answered.
Have you been to
That's
school?
the first question out of every reporter's mouth for the rest of time.
I know. It's like if we had any other president besides Trump, he'd be getting peppered with that question every day,
It's what we've
10
become.
times a day.
It's what we've become as a nation.
But they're all scared of him. I mean,
We've lowered the standard. That's what they are.
we've become a fascist nation. I
They're
hate to say
piss
it.
mops. They've
We're not a democrat. We're not a democracy anymore. We're fascists. We got a fascist leader who does whatever the hell he wants, says whatever he wants, doesn't give a shit about the people clearly and what they want.
No, he's blocked them. You cannot go
And
into
he
the
acts
White
like a
House.
spoiled brat. He's not presidential.
No, that's what he does.
And he
They
goes
show
on
him
these
videos.
drunken rants in the middle of the night, and then the next day we're all trying to decipher it.
Did you
I
see
mean,
boom
let's
boom?
call it what it is. It's a drunken rant.
Boom boom in
The
Iran.
guy's he's,
We're doing
he's,
a lot of boom boom
he's
there.
a drunk.
Did you see the boom boom? Mr. President, let me show you the booms we
What
did
about the
yesterday.
text that came out last night with the expletives and you know we're gonna bomb Iran to this.
I tell you what we're doing. We're trying to make a deal to where we're going to be a lot worse off than we were before this shit started. Before this shit started, we had bases in the Middle East. We had factories in the Middle East. The Straits of Hormuz was open. We didn't have any problems except Netanyahu nagging Trump.
And committing genocide. Let's
That's
call
all we
it what
had.
it is. Netanyahu is a genocide.
The monkey on our back.
and a fascist.
Right. Well,
And now we're being led by a guy that kisses
The monkey on our
homicidal
back.
maniacs on the cheek,
Right.
and has his own secret police force. Sorry, Pooh-Bah. Well, I don't want to get into ice, but I mean, to
I know
me,
he doesn't, but go on.
they're like the Gestapo in my book. I mean, it's like he's trying to take his playbook is Nazi Germany. You
He's
know?
trying
And
to, but that's not our personality. That's what I mean.
he wants to turn
We're
us
shit
into
Nazis.
a fascist.
That's
nation.
what we are. We're shit Nazis.
Yeah, because we're not
We're not
committed.
good at being Nazis.
We're
shit
not Nazis. 'Cause
As a country, we're shit Nazis.
we're not committed to it at all. Yeah, I mean,
Guys, we're shit Nazis. That's what we are.
well, the problem is there's a much lower percentage of the population in the United States that are Nazis than people think. The thing is, they make enough noise.
they matter.
that
They're the ones that matter.
It matters, yeah.
That's the problem. It's the people that
That's
matter.
why I've suggested in the past that we need anti-racism legislature, but that's a topic for another day. So we're out of time. Just remember, together we stand, divided we fall. Please vote for Biddy and Pooh-Bah in 2028. Please become a member of the No More Bohica anti-corruption political party, and say no to pedophilia. God bless you. Have a great day.